Guys, welcome to this Python class for the beginners. In this tutorial, we are going to talk about data types and the variables in Python. So first, we'll continue by looking at some of the Python basics in this tutorial. So I'll assume that you've downloaded and installed Python IDE as we discussed in the previous tutorial. So in this tutorial, we just want to write some simple codes in variables, under variables, and the data types. So first, in Python normally uses a simple function called print to display the output. So whenever you want to display the output, you use print normally. So for example, when you want to display the output in your Trust wallet, so there in Trust wallet, you have got, let us save that program Trust. So Trust here, the value of Trust wallet, let us say you have got Bitcoin. Bitcoin is equal to 234. Then let us say BNB is equal to $466. Then let us say another let us say choose an SAR, which is equal to that one. So here for $50, so this is $234, $466, and $450. So I want to write a program that displays the output of the sum of these things. So when we want to write the sum, just say sum, we use the plus symbol. Sum is equal to Bitcoin plus BNB plus SAR. So now in the console area where we want to display the output, we use the function called print. So when you want to print this one, print the output. Let's say you want to print the sum only, print, then let's say sum. And in this sum, we can print it together with another string beside it, a string complement, a supplement that says sum is a good amount of money. If you convert this into your currency, it's a good amount of money. Yeah. If let's say print sum total, if you convert it into dollars, let's say dollars converted into your currency is a good amount of money. Yes, so this is what we want to print. So I want to print now. When we want to print, let us first save it, Control S, then let's save it and run it now. So run terminal in the console area there. So print. Yes, this is the sum. $1150 converted into your currency is a good amount of money. So that's how Python works. Python is very simple. It uses straightforward functions. Just print food this. Not like what. No, Python is very simple. Now I want to go to another topic. Let us open another file. Let us minimize this one first and file. So let us go to the variables. Yes, guys. If you find this video helpful, please give me thumbs up and just subscribe. Yes. If you are watching this tutorial to find for a solution for your code, I'll advise you to skim through this video and harvest the final code in each and every subtopic. But if you are watching it as a complete beginner, then I prefer you watch this video step by step without skipping any part in it. And please just give me thumbs up and subscribe to my channel so that we can have hopes of posting more videos. Thanks. So as we all know that variables just act like a place where you can store anything, a place where you can store your things. For example, your box, your box. You can keep your clothes inside a box. You can keep your money. You can keep your drawers. Anything you can keep inside a box. For example, another variable here is a wallet. Wallet is also like a variable. You can keep your money inside a wallet. You can also keep your ID, your passport, your things. So variables are just like a place where you store things. So variables is a place where you store data types. Data types are being stored in variables. And data types, we have got many different types of data types that are stored in a variable. So for example, data types, we have got string. String in Python, it will be like str. That one is string. So string, let us write a simple code here. Let's save it to variable .py. So when we are working with variables, can just name variables just a name of a place where you store something. So for example, so let's say name is equal to, let's say name. So now, yeah, name is a variable. This is a variable. It's a place where you store something. You can store names. Names. You can store Biambo. You can store Triangle. You can store Akini. You can store Laura. You can store Maxwell. You can store Kapambo inside names. So yeah, name, you can store anything, any name of anything. So let's say name. Then yeah, we want to write a simple program that take input from there. A program that take input from the user. So you are the user. You will take any name that you can store inside that place. So here, let's say a program that take input from the user. Let's say input. Then like this, and like this. Then let's say enter name of the shape. Enter name of the shape. So as you can see, name, enter name of the shape. So it is a property, this one object. So this is an object, and this object is stored as a string. This string is also stored inside a variable. So as you can see, read a string from standard input. So you have to input a string. So another variable, let us say it's radius. Then it's equal to, let's just say that radius is equal to 18. Radius is equal to 18. So here, so in this radius is equal to 18, as we can see, for it is a variable, and this variable radius is a variable. It can store different types of radius. It can store 21 centimeters. It can store 7. It can store any amount it can store. So here we want to look at, let us write another variable called pi, and pi is equal to, let's say pi is equal to 3.14. Pi is equal to 3.14. So there we have reached in that place. So I think as from where we have reached, we can calculate the area of that thing. This name now comes to amount to be this shape is just a circle. So in this circle, you can calculate the area. So for example, how do you calculate area? Say area is equal to, area of a circle is always area of a circle is always pi r squared. So it always to be like pi. It will be like pi times radius, pi times radius, pi times radius, then times pi times radius times radius. Let's just write it the way it is, times radius. So that's the area of a circle. So yeah, in this is a string which is a data type. String is a data type, and data type is stored in a variable. This radius is a variable, and it stores 18, and 18 is an integer. Integer is also another data type, and this pi is a variable, and it stores a data type called float, and this area is also another data type, and this data type also contains pi, which is a float, and radius was 18. It was an integer, and this one is also integer. Maybe we can change this one to be 7. Yes, maybe you can change radius to be 7. So if you change radius to be 7, just see it's still the same. So yeah, we have got area is a variable, pi is a variable, radius is also another variable, and it stores integer. This one also stores integer. So there we have gotten that thing very correct. So we can go to the console area. No, another data type here, we have to say shapes, and if you have shapes is equal to, then you put this kind of bracket. Then if you come here, you just see that variable shapes is a variable, and after that you'll just see it says that it is a list. Shapes, it's a list, so you can store different types of various things there. It's a list. So for example, shapes, you can store any type of shapes you like. So for example, here is square. So after square, comma, another here is rectangle, then comma, another here is triangle, and so on and so on. Now you have to put this triangle. So as you can see, you can print different types of shapes inside a list. So now I want to go to the console area where we want to display the output. When displaying the output, you just use the term print. So when you want to print, we just want to print the area. Print the area. Print area. Then another print here, we can go to print shapes. Then I think we are done. So as you can see, this program, this is a string. String is a data type which is stored in a variable, because name is a variable and it stores a string. str is a string. Radius is also another variable. It stores 7. 7 is an integer, literal integer. This is pi. Pi is a variable. It stores a float, which is 3.14. 3.14. Point. Decimal points are always float. And this is an area. It generates that it's a float, because pi here is a float already. So it will be automatically a float. This area will be a float. So shapes, if you put it in shapes, so it will just tell you that it is a list. And this list contains string. So things are just direct in Python. Python, you don't need to add many things, indicating even, oh, it is a string, it's equal to this. X is string, x, int what? No, float what? Python is very straightforward. So now we can save this program, Ctrl S, and run it and see how it's going to work. The console. Now, you can just say that this shape was a circle. Now the area of a circle here is this one. Now there are many there are lots of shapes that we've printed here. You've printed the same thing that you wrote there, and the area also we've gotten there. So it's very simple. This area also you can calculate it by using your calculator and see what's the difference. Yes, that's how variables work in Python. Very simple. So we want to see how these variables work. So we have looked at different types of variables and their data types. So data types there we have got, in data types we have got string, we have got float, we have got integers, we have got list, we have got many different types of data types. So here we are going to work with, we want to see how we can work with string. In this next chapter, we want to see how we work with string. So let us open another tab and save it. String.py, enter. String.py. So we want to see how we work with string. So string, you will use string quite frequently in Python. Yeah, string are normally used quite frequently in Python, and where you can join two sentences together. You can calculate the number of characters inside a string. You can do whatever. So for example, let's say we have got a string here. The string, first of all, strings are being stored in a variable. So let's start with a variable called, let's say variable here is f name. So let's say variable is f name. Let's say it's equal to, and here we are writing a program that takes input from the user. So input enter first name. So that is a string. Then another variable here is surname is equal to input So here enter your surname. Then here I want to see how we can join these two names together. So we are just going to say that full name is equal to f name plus surname. Yes, very simple. So in the console area where we want to display the output, we just say print. Just use the print function, print in bracket print full name. So want to see how variables work with the plus symbol. When you want to join, you use the plus symbol. Now let us save this program and run it. Control S. So let us run it and see how it will appear in the console. Tab print full name. So here you can enter your first name, which is Kapambo. Now you can enter your surname. Your surname, let us say Jaluo. So enter. So as you can see, it is Kapambo Jaluo, and you can see it is a one word. No, you want to make it to appear full name, which is not one word. Full name Kapambo space Jaluo. So we just can come back here and say f name. Then we can say inside this quote here, we just leave space. Then here we say plus, then leave space, then save the program again, remove this one from here, then save the program, then run it and see how it will appear in the console. So here you can enter your first name Kapambo, you can enter your surname Jaluo. Now it will print the full name print Kapambo Jaluo, full name. That's my full name now. So as you can see, Python is very simple. You can do many things. You can calculate the number, how many characters are there in your name. For example, how many characters in your name, Kapambo 1, K, A, P, A, M, B, O. You can write a program that calculates them. So now we have seen how we can work with string. So we want to see how we can work with numbers in Python. So let's open another new file called number. Let us save this number.py. Let us remove this console tab. So in numbers, we normally use numbers in Python where we calculate very different things, different arithmetic operations. Here in numbers we can use arithmetic operations such as the plus. In numbers we use the minus. In numbers we use the multiplication sign, which is the star sign. In numbers we use the backward slash. In numbers we use the modulus. So there are many arithmetic operations that we use in numbers. So want to write a simple program that tell us how we can work with numbers in Python. So for example, let us say that add is equal to so here add is now a variable, and this variable stores add is equal to 20 plus 5. We know that 20 plus 5 is just 25. So another variable, let us say sub, which is equal to 20 minus 5. Another variable here is divide, which is equal to 20 divided by 5. Another variable here is multiply, which is equal to 20 times 5. That one we know. Another variable here is called modulus. So this modulus, which is equal to 20 mod 5. 20 mod 5. So this is a variable. This variable stores integer. These variables, they store integers. All of them stores integer data type. All these variables stores integer data type. So want to write we want to display the output. So in displaying the output, you just do the print function. Print add. We go to print sub. We go to print divide. We go to print multiply. We go to print modulus. Yes, as you can see, this one has a problem. Yeah, you have to write, if you started with a capital letter, yeah, you have to start with a capital letter as well. So now let us save this program, Control S, and run it. Yes, now the program is back. As you can see, 20 plus 5 is 25, here is 25. 20 minus 5 is 15, here is 15. 20 divided by 5 is 4, here is 4. 20 times 5 is 100, here is 100. 20 mod 5 is 0. No, I think maybe if you don't understand the term modulus just like a remainder. So it tells us how many times 5 goes into 20 and what's the remainder. 5 goes into 20 4 times and remainder is 0. There is 0. 5 goes into 20 4 times and there is no remainder, so remainder is 0. Maybe you can say that, let's say that 5 into 22 mod 5, 22 mod 5, then let us say Control save. Let's remove this one and run. You will see modulus. What's the remainder? 2 is the remainder. So that's how we work with numbers, integers, floating point in Python. So now let us look at how we work with the how we want to look at the data structure, the loops, the do while loops, and so on. So as for now, thanks for watching, and please